Hi, welcome to the InNOLEvation Mindset Podcast, powered to you by the Moran College of Entrepreneurship. My name's Jamie Cantone, and today I'm going to be your host today. And in the studio today, we have Totu Sativa.
Hey, how are you?
Good, super excited.
Me too.
So today we're going to talk, Totu was one of the finalists in the Innovation Challenge. So we're going to talk about that today. So I guess my first question for you is I want to hear all about your startup and what your plans are for it.
So to be honest, I did not even expect to get here, but I'm so happy that I did. Basically, my business is called Highlighter Cosmetics, and I've been a certified makeup artist for 8 years. I've always loved bright colors, specifically neon colors. And the neon makeup that I have experimented with has always been like pretty bad quality, and it barely exists on the market at that. So I've always thought to myself, like, I bet if I just like played around with this, I could make it better. I bet if I just like thought how to if I knew what I was doing, I could make this better. And then I figured, why not actually like figure that out and figure out what I'm doing and like actually make that instead of like just always wishing it existed. Especially because I just feel like I would get so much use out of it, and I feel like I could market it to people who would also get a lot of use out of it and have a lot better of a quality and like just everything. All the products that I have used that are neon, they've all just been not great quality. So that's something that I'm definitely interested in improving and figuring out as my company.
Yeah, there's definitely like a need for that in the market. And would you say that like it's targeted towards a more like kind of niche community of people, or would you say it's more going to be more of like a broad?
I feel like it's different niches, like it's specific niches. I feel like I'm definitely going to market heavy to like the rave community and like the people who go to music festivals, because music festivals always have a bunch of neon lights, right? So I feel like if people they also like to get really creative there. So if people are using neon makeup, it would really, I feel like, stand out, and you would be able to get the full effects because of the cool fashion and the music festival and rave community, and just the cool makeup and the cool neon lights that would also go perfectly with that. So I feel like that's my number one niche, as well as some other similar niches that are like also places that have neon lights. So places like interactive art museums. I actually went to an interactive art museum last summer. It was called Meow Wolf. It was in New Mexico. And it was so cool. Like, I did not expect it to be as amazing of an experience as it was. And they also had a bunch of different rooms that had neon lights, and they had a gift shop. And I was thinking, like, you could sell my products at the gift shop. Like, I feel like it would just fit right in, especially because like people like love taking pictures there. Like, there were so many photo shoots happening, including me and my friends, obviously. So like, I feel like that would also just play really cool. Is like if you also have the neon makeup with the cool like rooms that have the neon lights and stuff. So that's another one of my niches, as well as like basically any place that has neon lights is what I'm trying to market towards. I just feel like the biggest one is definitely going to be the music festival and rave community.
Totally. And so now kind of like going more into like the actual process of the InNOLEvation Challenge. So first I want to ask you, how was the process? Like, how did it happen? And then what are you doing with the money that you did end up winning?
So honestly, I've heard about the InNOLEvation Challenge, but people haven't really talked that much about it. They've just mentioned it. It was really one of my friends that I met here at the Moran College of Entrepreneurship, Gabe. He recommended me apply, and I was just thinking like, you know, whatever, I'll apply. Like, I'm probably not going to get through the first round, but like, why not try? Like, it's just, the application is not going to take that long. Like, I might as well do it. And when I got to the next round, I was like, what? Like, that's not, I was like, what? Like, are you joking? Like that's like me? And it was just like an online application. There was no like, I didn't have to present or anything for the first round. But then the second round, I had to get a little bit more in depth about my company. I had to do a little bit more research about like what steps I would actually take to start it. So I had to think deeper about my company and starting it probably than I ever have before, because I've only ever thought about the like theoretically what would I do, but this was like, oh, like this is like real, like what would I actually have to do? So then I did that. Also did not expect to go to the next round. See, this is like one thing I feel like I have to tell people in general is like never underestimate yourself, because I I wouldn't even have it apply because I thought I wouldn't have gotten to the next part. And then I got to the
final.
Yes. So that's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
And then I got in the semifinals, which the semifinals you have to present. So you have to do your business pitch in front of a few different judges, and then they have to ask. So it's a 7-minute presentation and then 5 minutes for questions. Okay. And that was extremely scary to me because I was like, oh my God, like this isn't just like on paper, online application. Like this is me basically presenting like this idea that I've had for a long time that I really want to make happen. And people are going to be literally judging me for it.
Right.
So that was terrifying.
Yeah, totally.
And I practiced a lot, but honestly, I feel like I still was just super, 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 super nervous. And I was expecting to like pass out on stage or anything. Honestly, like I was like, oh my God, like I can't believe like I have to like do this. And I think it went pretty well. I think I was very nervous, and the judges all like in their comments to me, all the judges were like, take a few deep breaths. Like it's going to be okay. You're not going to die. And I was like, yeah, that's probably good advice. Because like, I mean, I got to the final, so like I couldn't have been that bad. So just chill for a second.
Take a deep breath.
Yes.
Relax. You got it.
Yeah, for sure. That's like super important.
And a question about that presentation. So what were like things that you included in that presentation? Was there like a research side of it? Was there like statistics side of it?
Basically the research and the statistics were like more included in the application.
Okay.
This was like a business pitch. So it was like a 7-minute, I had a PowerPoint presentation on the screen that like went through a bunch of slides explaining basically what my idea was, why it would fit right into the market, what the target market would be, who I would be marketing to, all of that type of stuff, and then why it's needed as well, and how I would make it happen.
Okay.
So even though I didn't have like as much of the statistical research stuff on the actual PowerPoint because I didn't have the time to get into that, and it was more like convincing the judges like this is needed and this is why it's needed.
Right.
So I feel like that was the main point. And as well as selling myself. A lot of the judges also told me they liked that I was basically like the face of the brand. And, you know, I wore like a very colorful outfit to my presentation. And then I included a bunch of pictures of myself and my own like work with makeup at the end. So I feel like they saw that I was really passionate about this, and this wasn't just like an idea. I was like, oh, maybe this will work.
Right.
So like, they saw that it was actually me, and I was trying to push for it because this is what I want, and I want to make it happen very badly. So I feel like that definitely was also important.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel like, because I know that some of the people that you were up against in the finals had already started their company. So how was it kind of like going into that, like not having started it yet? And it's sort of this idea that you're just building on right now.
Honestly, that was terrifying. That was part of the reason why I didn't even want to apply in the first place, because I was like, all these people are applying that already have their businesses started. Like they already have an idea of what they're doing. I feel like now I am more sure of myself, so I'm like, I know what I'm doing. But I thought in the beginning, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't have a company yet. I don't know how I'm going to make them think
Convince them.
Yes, exactly. I was like, it was very, very scary because I really thought that because I didn't have really anything yet, just an idea that I was passionate about, I thought that I wouldn't be able to win
this far.
Yes, exactly. Right. Get this far. So it was really terrifying, but that's another reason why I want to encourage people to apply and get any opportunities they can, because like even if it's just an idea, if you're passionate about this and if you're willing to put in the effort to make it work, like you are already way further ahead than a lot of people.
Yeah. Like having the passion for it and
exactly
the drive
to get
it done. So now I'll segue into the next question.
Yes.
So like now I want to hear, you won this amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans to going forward? Like short term and long term?
Okay. So I won $4,000 and I
Oh my God.
yes, I know. I was thrilled. I'm still thrilled. It's amazing. I'm very happy about it. But I feel like the first step is definitely going to be partnering with a chemist and figuring out the formula of what I wanted to do. Because I thought I was going to have to start this all by myself, I researched the formula of how to make natural mascara and natural eyeliners, because that's the products I'm trying to start with, mascara and eyeliner.
Okay.
Because they have a very similar formula, like liquid eyeliner and mascara, just slightly different and then different tubes. And but now that I have the funds to actually like talk to a chemist about it, I definitely want to do that, because I don't have the biggest background in chemistry. I don't really know that much about it, especially cosmetic chemistry. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm talking to someone that does know that type of stuff, so that they're able to make my products as good quality as I want to make them. Considering, especially like with mascara, like I don't want it to just be like you put it on and there's barely anything. Like I want it to be like super pigmented, super long lasting, super like, actually make your eyelashes like look like thick and long and colorful. And that's why I definitely want to start with partnering with a chemist. From that point on, I want to find a manufacturer. So that might be depending on how much money I have left and how much time has surpassed at this point that I've perfected the formula. That would depend what type of manufacturer I would go to, like where or like how expensive.
Right.
And while I'm finding a manufacturer, I also want to reach out to some places that would be my target market. So maybe some like local bars around town that have neon lights. I know a few, and like local shows, like music shows. I feel like because I've been to a lot of local band concerts and stuff like that, and they're pretty small, but like there's still a lot of people there.
They bring a turnout.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of them do have neon lights, and a lot of the times I've seen like little booths or something selling like their like jewelry, or one time they were literally selling just like treats, like literally like cookies and brownies, because they knew like if people are there and people are having a drink, people are gonna want to cook a cookie. Yeah. So it's like I feel like that would be the places that I would try to reach out to and see if I could set up a booth or something, try to sell my products, or maybe even do demos on people first. And then when they're like, because I'm also a certified makeup artist, I think I mentioned that. So I could do people's makeup and then be like, this is the products I use. So like, if you want to purchase them, they're right here for this amount of money.
Right.
And then that would hopefully grow my audience, and then I can get a manufacturer to reach out to bigger people or bigger companies, bigger places that would be able to carry my products.
Totally. Would you ever think about influencer marketing and be like selling it to big stores that are like catered towards like the rave community or people that go to a lot of concerts and festivals?
Yes, definitely. I think my business would have to grow a little bit, so I'd have to get a bigger outreach, but I would 100% be into that. I feel like that would be a good idea, because that would be putting my products in a place like where exactly the target market can reach for them. And especially like some music festivals I know also like have like people sell stuff at the music festival themselves.
Yes.
So I was also definitely interested in reaching out to a music festival maybe, and seeing if I can just like set up a booth there and sell my products there, because I feel like that would be a pretty big outreach and pretty successful as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I guess my last question for you is, what would be your advice for somebody that has kind of what you did in the beginning, just has an idea and that they're in the entrepreneurship school, or maybe not, maybe they just go to FSU. What would be your advice for them?
Honestly, confidence is everything. Like genuinely speaking, I feel like I wasn't sure of myself in the beginning, and this gave me so much confidence. And I feel like if I had this confidence in the beginning, I could have been even more further ahead at this point. Like not in the beginning of like when I started applying to the competition, but in the beginning of college, because I feel like I would always miss out on opportunities because I thought like, well, why even bother? Like, I'm not even going to get it. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. That's not the case. You can figure it out. You need to be more sure of yourself. You need to be more confident. You need to be like, okay, I might not know everything yet, but who knows everything? Like, you figure it out as you go. And if you're really passionate about this, like, you will put in the effort and you will put in the research and you will figure it out. And, honestly, just being sure of yourself matters so much. And one of the judges also told me that after I did much, much better in the finals than in the semifinals, which I loved that they said that because I think I did too, just because I did take a few deep breaths.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and I was more confident because I was like, if I already got to the finals, like that's already an accomplishment. So even if I don't get any money, or I would have already gotten $500 just for being in the finals. But even if I just left with the $500, I would have been like, okay, like I still accomplished something. So I feel like because I was more confident, I was able to relax a little bit more.
Yes.
And I just wish I would have been this confident for the whole road.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I also feel like it's like people like college students think it's just impossible. Like you're not going to, you're going to come up with a business and actually execute it while you're still in college, but like it's so possible. It
is definitely possible. Like, and that's something I had to learn as well. And also being in the College of Entrepreneurship, like introduced me to a lot of people that have their own businesses already started up, which that gave me new ideas, that gave me more encouragement because I was like, oh, like they're doing it and they might not know everything, but they're still doing it and they're figuring it out as they go. And that's really promising to see, especially if you're a young student and you just think you don't know anything yet. Like seeing other people that might not have everything figured out yet start their business, be pretty successful with their business, even on a smaller scale. Like you can do that too, and it's not outside of the realm of reality at all.
No, it's and it's actually so inspiring because it makes you want to like see what you're capable of, you know?
Exactly.
Well, it was so awesome talking to you, Totu. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
So that is all for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.